Hello and welcome to my newest video. Today I'm going to take a quick first look at Mooning. Now what is Mooning? It's the first idle game that is also a pyramid dApp or decentralized app. Now I normally don't really do pyramid apps or games because I don't really like them, but I'm really kind of enjoying the gameplay of Ethergoo, and Ethergoo has the same developer, which is Mr. Blobby, as you can see here from the screen at the bottom. He's the same guy that's also doing Mooning in cooperation with another person, APX Matthew. I guess he's also responsible for a few games he has been doing. I think that's Ether. No, that's not Ether Quest. Which game was it? Oh, it's Ether Dungeons, exactly. So yeah, really interesting concept. So basically you have an idle game and it's kind of integrated with a self-sustaining pyramid. So as you know them from like the most popular PoWH3D, I guess was the most popular one. Or how's it called again? Let me just quickly check. I never really played any of these. I just invested in one of them. But they're really popular, obviously, among a lot of crypto gamers and blockchain gamers, a lot of gamblers specifically. And Proof of Weak Hands, obviously, 3D had the most success, but it's currently at 5,000 Ethereum and still a decent volume. And right now, the newest kind of Proof of Weak Hands type game, pyramid game, connected or integrated or kind of with an idle game component is Mooning. Core concepts, production units, workers. So you have these kind of units, the same as with Ethergoo, and have these different stats, and they produce your different cookies. I guess cookies is the main production unit. I'm sorry, not the unit, it's the actual token, and that's what you kind of get as a dividend as well. And that's kind of what you can trade or turn back into Ethereum, I guess. Each type of worker has its own proof token contract, just like PoWH3D, and will have different dividends and production values. There are between 5 and 7 types of production units, which will be launched at an interval of 2 to 5 days between each. So they won't be out at the same time in the beginning at release, but they will be released over the next 5 days after release. I think the game or the beta is starting. Oh, it's actually starting today in 2 hours, so you can definitely check it out and get a better understanding of it. Cookies, workers produce cookies over time, just like Goo. So yeah, again, that's their kind of currency. The same with Ethergoo. Different workers have different cookies production rates. For example, each space kitty produces 1 cookie, while each space hamster produces 9 cookies. So I guess the space hamster will be more expensive to buy in the first run, and the space kitty will be cheaper. Cookie fund, the dividends generate except the masternode dividends. So masternode dividends again comes from the self-sustaining pyramid mechanic. By the token grantors are added to the cookie fund. To a cookie fund, these dividends can be collected using cookies generated by the workers. So again, these cookies are basically your in-game currency that you can turn back into Ethereum to have a decent return on investment. Idle game, the part of the idle game, you can buy workers with Ethereum to increase your cookies production. Works similar to Ethergoo. Gameplay mechanics, you can sell your cookies and claim a portion of the cookie fund. You cannot sell cookies within the first hour of a new production unit launch, which makes also sense, makes it more for a stable economy. The selling price of a cookie depends on the cookie fund and the total cookie supply. The formula is, so you can read through that as well. So how this whole economy is kind of stabilized and how the supply essentially is generated. You can sell your workers at any time like normal tokens, and also the part, I'm just reading through the description to be honest right now because I'm not too familiar with these pyramid kind of games. I'm not too familiar how these idle games work exactly, so you can check it out yourself. I'm also going to post a link to the game mooning.io in the video description, and I'm also going to post a link to the Discord channel. I think there is a Discord channel as far as I know. Well, last time Ethergoo also had, there's actually the Discord channel. So I'm going to post this one in the video description. Check it out yourself. You can talk to Mr. Blobby, the main developer, and also to Apex Matthew. Now, I didn't make too good of a experience with Ether Dungeons, to be honest, but I think they kind of improved on the game after I stopped playing, so you can definitely check that out yourself. Self-sustaining pyramids, so the pyramid component purchasing production units is just like purchasing proof coins. So these were kind of the currency of these different pyramids of Proof of Weak Hands games, or you kind of call them games, I guess. The amount of workers tokens received depend up on the fluctuation price at the time of purchase. Each unit is its own token contract and will have different dividend and production settings, so you can earn dividends, which is the pyramid component, the pyramid mechanic, when you buy them within the idle game basics. So you have these two gameplay mechanics put together. Each unit, and that's already what I said, dividends generated except masternode dividends is added to the cookie fund. I don't know how this works exactly, and I've never really worked with masternodes. I guess you can buy these masternodes in the beginning. Maybe you can even buy them later. Maybe someone who knows more about these type of games can shed some light on this mechanic in the comments below. Would highly appreciate it. But basically they kind of make you a higher return on investment. Essentially they generate more cookies, I assume, so you have a higher amount you can then transfer back to Ethereum. So there's also an FAQ, frequently asked questions. Is it secure? That's always an important point. After there was one game, I think it was the first proof of weekends, that kind of got this scam going where a lot of money was stolen. Who are the developers of Moon Inc? That's what I already said. Wasn't there something similar to this earlier? Well, there are obviously several variations of pyramids, but this one kind of combines pyramids and idle game put together. You need MetaMask, obviously. Yeah, check it out yourself. I'm not going to read through the last sentence as well, because I have already read through all the other information so far you can get from the game. There's much more to it so far. The game beta starts in 2 hours. You can definitely check it out. I always recommend doing your due diligence, and please don't take this video as financial advice. Please only invest as much Ethereum as you can afford to lose. Yeah, do your due diligence on these two different developers. Check out EtherGoo, check out EtherDungeon, just to get a feel of the previous developments of these two guys, or maybe they have a development team as well. And definitely check out Moon Inc. I really like the idea. I mean, I really like any kind of new innovative idea that also combines two existing gameplay mechanics, so I definitely can only look at it and hope that the game will be successful. I hope that it turns out well and enough people are interested in playing this game continuously, obviously. I hope it kind of doesn't just take all the players from EtherGoo and puts them into Moon Inc, because that would just mean that a lot of EtherGoo players will be left unhappy. Maybe it just helps the whole industry grow. I always like these new ideas because overall I think it makes the whole industry and the community of crypto games and blockchain games flourish, and that can only be a good thing eventually. But yeah, check it out yourself. Check out the smart contract when you're doing your due diligence. Hope you liked the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.